Hey guys, today we're going to work on making the piano sound a little bit better in Fruity Loop Studio. So this will work with just about any piano. So what we're going to be doing is working with FL keys, which is very basic piano. Now this is based on something which I used to play as a kid. I'm just going to put this in the arrangement section like so, because we're going to be using this a lot. So we're just going to listen to this, and that's at tempo of 130. Now, I'm just going to add reverb in really to make it sort of sound a little bit better. So we're just going to start with adding the reverb in. But this isn't going to really make it sound too natural, but it's nice to have a little bit. So the reverb's added a little bit to it, but that's not where our secret's going to come from. So we're going to go to the arrangements, and we're just going to go to the tempo, right-click that, and go to Create Automation Clip here. Now this will alter the tempo. At the moment it's a tempo of 130, so it's quite fast. And I'm just going to copy the value like so. So what I want to do is I want to abuse the tempo of the piece. So I'm just going to drag a little bit like so. I'm going to start off quite slow, so a little bit higher. Just going to drag this one down a little bit so I've got more control over the tempo. Go up a little. So that goes up like so. What I want to do is I want to drop those down a little bit more later, but first of all we're just going to just sort of chop this around a little bit. I'm going to pull those down a little bit more, so that's going to come down. Let's try that. So as you can hear, the tempo is changing slightly. You can see it changing up at the top, and that's pretty cool. And we can basically just sort of work on that to try and make it sound a little bit better. But we've also got the velocity of the notes here as well. And if we play around with those, we can get a completely different sound. So I'm just going to cut them down to half so you can hear what it's like. So it's a lot less. So what we're going to do, just going to move them around a little bit. Have occasional odd notes in there, just to try it. So that's kind of the velocity taken care of. That's very, very easy. I mean, we can go into effort working on the different aspects of control. If we want to check around with the release, for example, we could just gently mess around with that a little bit. There we go. I mean, it sounds really like I'm struggling here, but it's a lot more natural now than it was sort of sounding at first. So yeah, basically, we could if we look into the thing of it's going up each time. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can get a little bit of panning in there. just a little bit like so. I mean, it's so basic, this, really. So you see how the panning sort of works a little bit. So we're just sort of messing a little bit around with it, but a little bit of that will just make everything sound really, really decent compared to what it was. I mean, there's a couple of other different things we can do. We can sort of throw a compressor on there just to get a little bit more out of it. Probably gonna have to put a limiter on right at the end. So limiter, where are we? If we go and add a parametric, we can take off some of the things which are a little bit harsh to make it a little bit softer. If we want to put this into the background, we can just go to the multi-band compressor and basically just like put noisy neighbors on. That's always a good one. And there you go, you got someone in the background playing a piano in a room. They're not very good at playing the piano, but you know, it's like I'm like if Bob Ross was the Antichrist of music, but really, really bad at it. So the thing is, it's like with a little bit of work, you can actually use this sort of technique to really, really create a nice sort of sound. I mean, I like messing around with tempo, but I don't do it a lot in my tracks because everything is just, I need it to be solid 4/4. Because other people don't really, when they ask me to do music, they don't like me to do too much with tempo, like alteration, because it makes it hard to cut to. So I don't get to do this a lot. But anyway, I hope this has been fun. It makes it sound a little bit more natural. Just have that there in the background. Sadly, I'll never be good at playing the piano, but I can fake it slightly. Anyway, I hope this has been helpful. Catch you later. Bye.